Welcome to the Marketing Strategy Show. I'm Cordelia Kate, and this is a live interactive show that I run every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Each week, I teach one clear marketing strategy that you can actually use in your business. Everything I share on this show comes with practical tools, downloadables, all inside our brand new space called the Strategy Lab. I'm giving you step-by-step guides, checklists, everything you need to implement every single strategy that I'm sharing here. And you can come and get inside for free with a free 7-day trial, and then come say hi, drop in the comments that you're here with me live. If you're on the replay, give me a hashtag replay, and I will see you in a second.
Woohoo! Oh my gosh. Guys, it has worked this week. I am live on YouTube. Oh, what a relief. Welcome. I can see we've got a few people watching. Name yourselves. Who's here with me on this live? Drop a little comment in the chat with me, please, so I can check in and say hi, give you a shout out. I'm excited about today's session. We're doing something a little bit different, and I'm going to introduce it properly as I usually do, so bear with. For those of you that are new to this concept, I record this episode live, and then it becomes a edited YouTube video that's like 20 something minutes for you to watch on the replay. But the great thing about being here live is you're going to get to ask questions as we go along. I'm going to be checking in with you guys a lot on the chat, but then later all of that is stripped out and the video is published without all of that. So awesome to have you here. If your food could speak. Oh, hi, it's Harriet. Welcome, Harriet. Good to have you with us. Good to see you, hun. How are you doing? I take it you mean Harriet Morris. Is the Harriet I'm thinking of? If not, correct me, let me know. And so hey, I'm Cordelia Kate, and you've built something, you believe it. Oh, do you know what? Actually, we've got a bit of a problem. I've got a new camera set up, and it's really far away from my cold open script. Like, it's going to be really clear that I'm reading off of this. I mean, usually it's pretty clear anyway. It's going to be even more clear. Do you know what? Sod it. We're going to let me bear with me. This is, someone said to me the other day, they're like, Cordelia, are you not terrified of doing this live? Like, I was like, nah, it's fine. A little bit. No, it's all right. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. The people that generally come along to rebellious stuff and my stuff are really lovely. So I'm quite lucky. Do you know what I mean? Oh, idea. I could turn the camera upside down. Not going to do it now. Okay, let's start this properly. I'm going to read and whatever. Hey, I'm Cordelia Kate, and you've built something you believe in, and now you're thinking ads will scale it. But there's a nagging feeling that you're not quite ready, that you'll burn cash and have nothing to show for it. Well, today I'm going to walk you through one of the foundational things that I teach, and it is a method, a strategy to go from where you are right now to being ready to run ads. Because there's one thing that I can tell you, and that is that so many people think that going and getting fresh eyeballs on their content is the way forward when it comes to starting to get more clients, starting to grow this business. But that is a really big mistake to make if you haven't done these things first. So what I'm going to walk you through today is the full blueprint, the full strategy for starting at zero, if you're there, or picking up from where you currently are, wherever that may be, and getting you to a place where you are ready to run ads, and the return on those ads is going to give you profit, not burn cash for the sake of making an experiment. We're gonna have a hunch that is backed by evidence that we use to run ads with. And look, I want to let you know, I'm not against ads. I love ads. They are amazing. They're a fantastic tool. I'm against gambling. I'm against throwing money at a wall that we don't even know is worthy of your cash. So we want to build this in a sensible way and then run ads later when we know everything is working. And I'm going to walk you through what that looks like. So welcome. It's great to have you here. Okay, so first and foremost then, what I'm going to walk you through today is the warmth first method, and essentially why strangers don't buy and then how to fix that. So the ads first trap really is that you might think, and let me know if you resonate with this, because so many people seem to feel the same way about this that I speak to in terms of new business owners or business owners that are new to marketing. Normally, I don't work with new business owners who are just starting an idea from scratch. I work with business owners who are new to marketing.
Maybe they're getting referrals and they have sales coming in, but they have no control over that. And they're like, oh, I need to start marketing. And what do? We go fresh eyeballs. I need to go get a new audience. But fresh eyeballs and a new audience means strangers. That's essentially what it means. It means that your idea is that you're going to go and find some strangers that don't know you, that don't like you, that don't trust you, because you don't trust someone that you don't know and you don't like someone that you don't know. So they are fresh people and you're going to try and convert them into clients. And I'm telling you, that it is going to be one of the hardest things you've ever done. It is going to be like trying to force a horse to water. And the process of setting up ads is hard. It's tough. You know, you might spend 2 months building the perfect funnel that has landing page, maybe a tripwire product, a thank you page, an email sequence. It might take you 2 months to build your first funnel. These things can be intricate and AI makes it easier, but it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve even with AI. And once you've got that, you're then going to run ads to it and see if it converts. And the problem with that is that what's likely to happen is that you're going to set up an audience on ads. You're going to put a budget down. Maybe you'll say, oh, I'll spend just £10 a day to get me started. Or you might say £20 a day. Or maybe you might go wild and be like £50 to £100 a day. Don't do that. It's mad. It's absolute madness. And you might do that and put a budget aside and set up the Facebook ads. That put aside another 2 to 4 weeks for that. It's an even bigger learning curve than setting up your funnel. I'm telling you, it's very complicated. And once you've got all of that set up, you're then going to turn the ads on and pray to the ad gods that now the clients will come, the doors will open, the bank will be filled. And what's likely to happen is that your cost per lead will be around £47. And so one lead, £47. Now, look, let's talk these numbers out a minute, because a lead is someone that signs up for a lead magnet. They gave you their email address. They said, yeah, I want to sign up for that. And so that, you know, generally what you'd run ads to. You'd run ads to a lead magnet rather than directly to a product. It's hard. It's even harder if you want to run directly to a product. You got to warm people up. I'm going to give you a full strategy for doing that today. So we want to run ads to start warming people up to a lead magnet, something free. So let's say that you've built this funnel, you've got this freebie, and now you're testing it with ads. What's likely to happen is you're going to get a cost per lead of around £47. And that's not because you're bad at what you do. That's not because your product sucks or your lead magnet sucks. That's because there are so many flipping variables. There are so many variables. I was sat in a mastermind the other day and they were talking about how they put together this ad campaign and, you know, did all these things. And one of the questions that someone had for the person presenting was, how many ad variables did you create? As in, how many headlines and pieces of copy and images and videos did you test when you put that ad campaign out? And the answer was hundreds. Now, when we create our first campaign, we're not doing that. We're not creating hundreds of assets. We don't have the budget to pay for that. We're never going to get it to spend. Like if you're only spending £10 a day, you've probably got enough money there for it to realistically show maybe like 2 or 3 ads to a group of people. And it's going to say learning limited very quickly, because it wants to show it to more people in order to get some decent data. The more ads you want it to show, like the less people there are to see each ad, and it just kind of skews it. So you probably set it up so you've only got a couple of different variables at the beginning. So you set all of that up, you get a cost per lead of £47. Now let's think about this. If you had average conversion rates, you would need 100 leads in order to convert 3 of them, because an average conversion rate is about 3%. 3% of your leads are going to buy right now. 3%. So you need 100 leads. You need 100 people to sign up. You need 100 people to pay for, to grab that lead magnet. And if your funnel works, you're going to convert around 3 of them. But you can't necessarily afford to get 100 times £47 a lead right now. That's a lot. So you're probably not going to get that many leads. And then you need to sit back and go, shit, well, what does this tell me? Does this tell me that my headline isn't converting? Is it the lead magnet itself? Do people not want this? Is it trust? Do people not
know who I am and not want it because they don't trust me. There could be so many flipping variables as to why that doesn't convert. And so that is a little bit because there's more, why it is a bad idea to run ads to an untested concept. You will be burning cash for the sake of running an experiment. And a good experiment gives you a good amount of data so you know what to base your next decision on. The data is going to likely be poor because you won't know why you got the result that you got. And that's because it'll be part of the initial test. Right, coming in to check in with you guys in the chat. Hello, good to see you guys. Hey, I can see we've got Garen here. Hey, Garen. Andy Dobson. So why do people offer or promise to build a funnel overnight? It's a good question. I could build you a funnel overnight quite easily, but it's not the funnel. The funnel is not really the point. The funnel is a mechanism. The point is taking people through a process so they grow to know you, like you, trust you. That's the whole point. If you imagine, what's the purpose of a lead magnet? Why don't we just go onto social media and say, buy my stuff? Just buy it. It's available to buy. Why don't we do that? Why doesn't that work? It's because we need to build a relationship with an item or a person or a concept before we feel familiar enough with it to trust it. And then we make that purchase. And so everything that we're doing in marketing is with the purpose of building relationships. Honestly, the purpose of marketing. Oh, I just realized we've got a really good camera over here. No, we don't. That's a bad camera. It's a terrible camera. I thought it was on the wrong camera. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I'm fiddling with the camera and now I've ruined it. Now it's doing weird stuff. My video editor is going to hate me. 1 second, guys. Why did I touch the tech? Ah! Right, let's try this again. One more time. Oh, it's flashing. Oh, Cordelia, you are annoying. Right, bear with. By the way, just whilst you see my keyboard flashing, let me just try and stop this a minute. Okay, it's gone mad. I literally should not have touched it. Never work with children and animals, people. Hang on. Okay, it might be all right now. Has it calmed down? It seems to have calmed down. Okay, we'll try again. Fingers crossed. And I will not touch it. I'm not going to touch it again. By the way, I actually use my iPhone as a webcam, and it is bloody brilliant. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Robert. I will. I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm leaving the one I had. There we go. Sorted. Cordelia, slap on the wrist. Where the bloody hell were we? We were talking about a funnel. Why do people promise to build your funnel overnight? And I was saying that it's not about the funnel. The funnel is just a mechanism, and the mechanism is to build relationships with people. The purpose of marketing is building relationships. Why? Well, this isn't about selling tactics. This isn't even about psychology. It's more about biology. And what I mean by that, there is loads of research that shows that the thing that builds trust is a sense of familiarity. That is one of the main aspects of it. And so what we want to do is create lots of different touch points. And those touch points start to create familiarity. And there was some research that was published. Let me see if I can find his name. I want to give you the name of the guy that did the research. It's very well-known research. It's called the mere exposure effect. You've probably heard of it before. And I can't remember who the guy was that bloody did it. But anyway, the mere exposure effect is where all you have to do is be exposed to something over and over again, and you start to build familiarity with it. And the familiarity of it creates trust. If you're running ads to a cold audience of people that don't know you, don't like you, don't trust you, essentially what you're asking them to do is to make a commitment, albeit a micro one, to come and trust you and listen to you and believe in your model or take you up on your advice. And they have no familiarity with you. And so they don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you, which basically means they are not likely to do anything that you tell them to do. It's like trying to force horses to water. We are wired. We know that stranger means danger. If somebody came up to you in an alleyway with a trench coat on and they opened their coat and it was midnight and they were like, I've got a watch that you're going to love. And look, you may have been shopping for a watch. You may be in the market for a watch right now. What are you going to do? How are you going to react? You're likely going to just be like, clutch onto your purse, run away, and not be buying a watch off that guy. Who is this guy that pops up in an alleyway in the middle of the night? And we'll refer to him from here on out as the trench coat guy. You don't want to be the trench coat guy that is popping up in alleyways trying to sell you stuff. We will go to a watch shop or a watch seller that we feel like we know and we trust. And why do we feel like we know and we trust them? I mean, I've never sat down and had a cup of tea with the owner of Goldsmiths. I got no flipping clue who it is. But I trust the brand. Why? Because it's familiar. It shows up in my life a lot. I walk past it when I go into town. I hear other people have bought from it. It is there. It is an established thing in the shopping centre. And we feel like we know that. But the same thing could be for an online watch brand. If something is familiar, what happens is it becomes safe. Now, look, you can be familiar and lose trust as well. That's a whole other sidestep. But just in general, broad terms, we want to start building familiarity with people. So the best place to go are to the people that are already familiar with you. And you test your concept there. The idea of getting a brand new lead magnet or a brand new product or starting to market and going, I need fresh eyeballs on this new online marketing stuff that I'm doing, and go and show it to a group of strangers and then be like, oh, why didn't it convert? Well, they don't know you. They don't like you. They don't trust you. And often we do that because it feels safer than going to the people that we actually know and say to them, I've got an offer. Do you want it? So we're like protecting ourselves from rejection by going to the hardest possible people to sell to, lining Mark Zuckerberg's pockets with money, which he already has enough of, let me tell you, and then wondering, why the flip isn't this working? And there's me in the background going, oh my God, please, someone pour me a gin. I don't drink gin. So that's what happens, is that essentially we want to be building a warm and mighty audience and selling to them instead. So look, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through essentially my full strategy from start to finish of what I would do if I was you and I, like you, want to run ads one day. I don't want to be networking all the time, having all these one-on-one conversations, being on social media all the time, creating all this content. Blah, blah, blah. I would love to get things to a place where I can systemize them. I can turn on the tap and that tap will produce water. I don't want to turn on a tap and it's dry. And that's what's going to happen if we go straight to ads without doing this first. Okay. So step one is that you need to test your concepts to your existing audience. Now, who are your existing audience? They're the people that you're going networking with. They are the people that are on your social media accounts already. Some of them are school friends. Some of them are parents of kids in the local your kids' school. Some of them are friends and family. And we often feel like that pool of people are to be avoided because we go, oh God, yeah, but they don't need what I do. Like, I'm a web designer. These guys don't need a website. Or I'm a yoga teacher. Like, these guys don't need yoga. But how do you know that? Do you really know that? You probably know 3 to 5 of the people you're connected to on Facebook well enough to know exactly what their current problems are, except for this one over here who likes to put her problems all over Facebook. We all know what her problems are, but I can't help her, right? Apart from her. But everyone else, right? No one's sharing their problems on social media. They keep them to themselves. We put our highlight of our life on social media and our problems are discussed with our friends. So you will know some people well enough to know if they need you or not. But those people are not really your ideal clients anyway, because they're the people that you probably just help out. In terms of the people that are on your Facebook account that you've been connected to for years, even the ones that you met on holiday once and then got connected on social media and never spoke to again, we've all got a few of those. All these people are familiar with you in some way or another. They have some kind of track record with you. They might have met you on holiday. They might have gone to school with you. They might be a friend of a friend. You might have got drunk one night, met them in a bar, but there is some touch point. You've had some touch point. And then over time, they've seen the odd post that you've put out. Maybe they've liked things. Maybe they've commented things. You do not know what their problems are. And you don't know, maybe they need you. Now, if you put your offers out, you might be surprised at how many people come forward and say, actually, yeah, I'd love to talk to you about that. And I know that sounds obvious. One of my clients, Lisa, she was a marketer, she still is, a marketing coach, and she was brilliant at helping other people market themselves. But when it came to marketing herself, like a lot of us, brick wall, she just was a bit stuck as to what the strategy should be. But she was getting loads of referrals because she was getting great results with her clients, and that kept her going for a while. And then what we did when she came to work with me, so that we put strategy in place so that she could be more in control of her client getting. So she could go, right, I do this mechanism and that mechanism, and I get this many inbound clients, and she could control it, because you can't control referrals. They're like buses. Sometimes you get 3 at once and then there's a drought for ages and you're stood there waiting in the rain. And that is just not fun when you need a mechanism to bring you some sales in. You want to be able to put something in place. So we put one thing in place, and it was so successful that she ended up launching a group program that wasn't even on the cards for a few months. But it was going to be something that we launched in the future. We ended up launching that now so that she could accommodate for all the people that came forward and said yes. You do not know what low-hanging fruit you have around you. You just have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. You may think you know, but you don't. If you're not actively asking and putting out offers and putting out promotions, how could you possibly know? Because you're waiting for people to come to you, but often they don't. And if you say, I can help you with this, would you like to book a call to discuss that? Often we get a few people come through. Try that this week. Put an offer out for a one-to-one call, helping people solve a specific problem, and see how many of your social media accounts come through. So step 1, we want to attempt to exhaust our existing network first by putting out offers for lead magnets, sales calls, paid products, and all these things that you think, well, one day I might run ads to this. Great. Let's test it organically first. Do your existing audience want it? Do the people that you're meeting at networking events and adding to your social media accounts show any interest in it? Or are the ones that you're connected with right now, are they just not interested at all? Because if they're not interested in it at all, it's going to be even harder to get people that don't know you to be interested in it at all. You might think, well, I don't have enough people on my social media accounts to really give this a good test. Like I need some fresh people. Well, get fresh people by going out and getting in the trenches and meeting and connecting with people. Okay, 1 second. We have low battery. Oh no, now we have no camera. Okay, we've zoomed out. Hopefully that's fine. I don't know why it was zoomed in. Anyway, it's so bloody strange. Zoomed in when it's plugged in, zoomed out when it's not. Okay. So be going to networking events, as an example, and then the people that you meet at networking, you add to LinkedIn or you add to Instagram and you connect with them on there. They're now on your socials. You're using that to build your social media accounts. It's the same with being on social media and reaching out to new people who are a good potential fit. Like I used to do this thing on Instagram where I would just go and follow people who could potentially be a good fit for the Rebellious Business Network. Small business owners, micro business owners, just go connect. And a portion of them would follow me back. And then I would send a message and be like, hey, thanks for following me. It's really great to be connected with you. Start a conversation. But even if you don't start the conversation, you get the follows back. Brilliant. You're starting to grow your social media accounts. And okay, they are also fresh people, but they're fresh people in a very low barrier to entry way, going to just start seeing your content. And that research I was talking about, the mere, what was that study called again? The mere exposure effect. We need between 7 and 15 touch points for something to start feeling truly familiar. So if someone sees your social media post, touch point. If someone sees an email from you, touch point. If someone sees a video of you pop up, touch point. If someone meets you at a networking event, touch point. All of these touch points are like little coins in the bank or little tokens in the pot that create trust. And that trust is really the only commodity you really need to focus on in order to get good conversions. Resisting going on a tangent about conversions, because the warmer your audience is, the higher your conversion rate is. And it is as simple as that. And of course, there are variables like, is your messaging clear? Do your audience actually want your product? Have you positioned it well? But all of these things you have to figure out, and you figure out through doing experiments and tests. And you do those tests with a warm audience so that you know that it's not the trust that's missing as the reason why this isn't converting. Does that make sense? Can you let me know? Drop it in the chat. Does this make sense? Are you following? Do you have questions? Drop them in as we go. I'm going to get them answered for you for sure. So, step 1, exhaust your existing network, connect with people, and have that content going out on social media so that you're building those touch points. You're building that bank of touch points up. And it's like every time someone sees your face or they hear your voice, your podcasts are great. Any kind of thing that you can do that's just you showing up on a regular basis, you are putting tokens of trust in that bank. And remember, it's 7 to 15 touch points, right? 7 to 15 touch points before someone feels familiar. So that is getting more and more necessary these days. It used to be easier to build familiarity. Now it's harder because we've got so much competition, so much noise. Content is becoming so flooded everywhere. Content creation has never been easier than it is right now. There are AI systems just pumping out content faster than anybody can even consume a tenth of it. It is absolutely mental. So my advice to you would be the best kind of content you can create on social media to actually hit those touch points is video content. Like right here, right now, I am live with you guys. There are 11 of you listening to me. That's 11 of you. We've just hit a touch point with 11 of you right now. This video is then going to become clips that will go out on social media and will create touch points with other people. Right. So, and I will then turn that into a blog post. I will turn it into other blog posts as well. And it becomes lots of different pieces of content. And so what's going to happen is that from one video, you're going to be able to connect with a lot of people, but also video is really easy to kind of sort through the noise because it's less able to make video like this using AI. And we're in an environment right now where people are getting turned off and their heads are turning away from AI created content. If you see one of those long M dashes, tell me, does it make you stop reading? If you feel like something is very AI generated, does it turn you off? Because there are studies coming out showing that a lot of people are turning their nose up and turning away. And there is a bit of a backlash coming in terms of AI created content. So the best thing that you can do is keep it human, because your people will gravitate towards you because you're creating human made content. And human made content is something that we want to listen to more than we want to listen to AI content. So that's how you can stand out in the AI noise, is create videos and do bloopering live like I just did. There's a reason why I'm doing this live and I'm keeping this in. And it is so that I am demonstrating my humanness. I'm not trying to be perfect. The days are gone when we need to try and be a perfect presenter, guys. The BBC presenter, that is going to look way too AI. We don't want to look AI. We want to look rough, ready, human, unpolished, real. And so live bloopers are good. Make your camera flash. It's going to show everyone that you're real. It's fine. Okay, Robert says, get people interested in you. You are better than AI. Yeah, and much more of a scarce commodity. When honestly, we're going to get to a place where all of this stuff is so easy to create. We're in this place right now where it's like, oh my God, I just did this with AI. And oh my God, AI can do that. And oh my God, I've just created this and that and blah, blah, blah. That's all going to get old and boring. And my nan is going to be able to create slides and get an AI twin to produce a live presentation of her talking about bowls. That is going to happen. She's going to be able to do it. I will teach her. It will be so simple. She'll get the concept of it. And at that point, what's going to be the thing that everybody wants the most? The humanness. So keep it real, guys. Keep it you. And I love it because it takes the pressure off. The pressure to be perfect Now perfection is imperfection. Imperfection is the new perfection, you know? So there we go. Anyway, step 2. So step 1, exhaust your existing network. Step 2, become closer test. You can start testing with this audience that you're building, this existing network that you're building. Do they want this? Do they want that? Do they want this? Do they want that? So for instance, lead magnets are something that get people onto your email list, and building your email list is something you want to do for sure. Whether that be the fact that you are getting people on your email list via a lead magnet as a freebie, it could be a PDF, it could be a webinar, it could be an event, it could be a private podcast, it could be a number of things. You're giving something in exchange for an email address, right? Now, what you want to do is test which of these really connects with people. Which do people actually go, yeah, I want that, and they sign up for it? And so you can have a few different things that you test on rotation. The best kind of things to test are live events like webinars. And the reason being is they happen on a time and a place, and that creates urgency. Because if you don't sign up for it, it's going to disappear. Where a PDF, it can sit there forever and nobody downloads it and nobody reads it. And the people that download it don't read it either, because there's just no urgency baked into it. There's no need to do it now. I mean, I have got loads of PDFs that I've downloaded from other people that are sitting on my computer that I've never looked at. Tell me you don't have the same. I've even paid for courses and evergreen content that is sitting on my computer that I've never watched, that I intend to watch one day, but there's no urgency. If someone was like, this file is about to burn, I'd probably read it or watch it. Like, I've got until Tuesday. Okay, I better get on with it. I'm going to read it now. But without that urgency, without that I'm a deadline dancer. I need a deadline, man. I need a deadline. And without that deadline, I ain't doing it. And so for those of your audience that are deadline dancers, you want to give them that deadline. So live content is a great thing. Like, I've got a load of you guys with me live right now. If I had have created this as an evergreen video, be honest, would you have downloaded it and watched it in your own time without the accountability of it being live? Possibly. People do that, but not as much. It doesn't have the same level of urgency. So those live things are really nice, but no pressure, because you can just create urgency by saying, I've got a PDF that I'm creating. I'm putting it up until Thursday. Go and grab it, and then remind people that you're taking it down. You can do that kind of thing, and that's absolutely fine. But the come closer test is just testing whether people are interested in these little lead magnets and also offers, because you could put an offer out for a certain type of freebie call. You could say, I've carved out an hour in my diary. An hour is not very much. I've carved out a few hours in my diary on Tuesday to have calls with anybody that needs help with X. And so that might then get people going, yeah, I need help with X. I need help with that. Like, I would love a call with you. And so when you get something that works, and works, by the way, is they came closer and said yes to it. They signed up for it. They downloaded it. You got that lead. You want to then double down on that. Okay, this is something they want. This is something that works. But we're not ready to run ads to it yet. But we're ready to put it in the potential place where we will run ads to it later, right? So that's that. And then the next thing is your warm offer validation. So we've got a lead magnet tested and people signing up for it, or maybe even a freebie call tested and people signing up for it. And then your offer, does it convert with warm people? Are your warm people going to buy it? And you want to test that out. So look, you could put a sales post out on social media. You could send a sales email out. You could do a 5-day campaign. You do a flipping challenge launch if you want. The point is, you want to test your promotions in front of that warm audience that you've got. Those are the 3 things you need to do before you even start thinking about ads. And then when it comes to ads, you want to then have a lead magnet that you know converts with warm people, an offer that you know converts with warm people. And once you've got that tested, you can put it in place and start running ads. But you wouldn't even run ads to cold people straight away. Here's the thing. If you spend this time now building an organic audience of people that know you, like you, and trust you, and you do it on Facebook, or you do it on LinkedIn or YouTube, and even if you build an email list, you can use those assets as a retargeting list, which means that you can tell Facebook, I want to target this exact group of people. And you give them all the emails that of your leads, or you say it's the people that have touched my social media account in the last 365 days. And you have this pool of warm people that you can run ads to. 2 reasons why that's cheaper. Number 1, they're warm. They're warm, they're more likely to convert. Number 2, there is low competition on that group of people. You're not using one of Facebook's predefined audiences, which is business owners between the ages of 25 and 65. There is a standard cookie cutout targeting option that you can choose on Facebook. Guess what? It's the same option that loads of other people that are running ads have access to, which means the competition on that specific group of people is high, because with ads, what you're doing is bidding for attention. And the harder it is to get attention, the more expensive the ad is, the higher your cost per lead is, right? So if you have a fragmented group of people that no one else has access to because they're your warm group of people, it's not a cookie cutout group of people that Facebook has given you that everyone else is bidding against, it's your own group, then technically speaking, if all is well, if you have an offer they're interested in, you have the right people in that audience, and you've got a tested concept that you know converts, the cost per lead is going to be smaller than what it would if you did that exact same offer to a predefined audience, right? Now, you can also then create a lookalike audience on Facebook. So you can say, Facebook, it's like you're going to sit down and have a serious conversation. Facebook, I want you to find me people that look like this group of people. Find me. You've got your group of people that love you. Maybe they're people that are on your email list. You've got a few hundred people on your email list now, and you're like, I want you to go find me a million other people that look like that. It's going to go out there and find people that match similar profile, similar behavior, it's going to match similarities, and put it in front of those guys. Now, that's not like, again, it's cold, right? Those people are cold. There isn't the no like trust factor. You've got to build that, and you'd build that into the funnel. That's what a funnel is for, by the way. It's for building that trust. That's why you go lead magnet, emails. And in there, you've got sales. But the whole thing is to create touch points, and the touch points are what build familiarity, and the familiarity is what creates trust, and the trust is what creates someone feeling safe enough to say, yeah, I want to work with you. Yeah. And sometimes they only need a few because you do a really good job at building trust fast. And other times they need a lot more touch points. God, some people need a couple of years before they're ready. I'm telling you, there have been people that have been on my list 2 years in, they start working with us. I'm like, hey, welcome in. Great to have you. Took a while, didn't it? But there we go. Oh, I don't say that to them. That would be very rude. But it's fascinating when you start to look at the footprint of where your new sales have come from, honestly. And it's not always a cookie cut out. Well, it was 7 touch. They received 7 emails and then it was enough, But that just understanding the biology and the psychology of how it works, and the reason why building trust is so important, enables us to create an even better process, because we can carve that into our customer journey. Anyway, without getting too technical, my point is this. When it comes to running the retargeting ads, and then you create the lookalike audience, which is Facebook, show this ad to people that look similar like this. The reason why it's cheaper is not because they're warm, because they're cold. They're still cold people, but it's cheaper because that is it's a you-defined pool of people. It's not a predefined pool of people, which means it's got less competition on that pool of people. Does that make sense? So if you imagine you've got predefined pools of people that Facebook predefine, business owners, cat lovers, goat herders, all of them. And then you've got everybody bidding for attention from goat herders and attention from cat lovers. But your predefined audience, no one else has got access to, because it's a lookalike audience of the people that follow you. And so it's your own pool of people. Doesn't mean there's no competition, because there is, but there's less competition because it isn't a predefined pool. So what you're doing right now, building that warm audience, validating your offers, testing your lead magnets, it's not just so that you've got a funnel that works, so that when you run ads to it, you've got more chance of converting it. That's an important point. But the second part of that is even more important, is so that when you start running ads, you're pouring fuel on a fire that is already burning, which means that you're going to get to scale things up. Whereas if you start running ads to a cold audience from the beginning without that warm group of people to use as a shoulder to step on, with those retargeting and that lookalike as a first port of call,
then you're kind of pouring fuel on a wet log and then wondering why it doesn't catch fire. You want to get the fire burning first, get the snowball rolling. Every other flipping analogy I could think of that illustrates this point in your mind, to just get this thing started first and use ads to scale. I'm not against ads. I love ads. They're brilliant. I want to turn the tap on. I get bored of doing the same thing over and over again. I need to make life easier for myself. I want things to be systemized. I'm a systemization geek. I really am. It's getting worse. It's becoming an OCD thing for me. But I really want us to be able to systemize something that is predictably going to work and that's going to be a good return of your time. And I'm telling you, when you're in those early marketing stages, the biggest thing you can do is to start building yourself an audience, a warm and mighty audience. You don't need a huge amount of people to get good number of conversions. If people are warm, they're more likely to convert. Your conversion rate can be at 10% rather than 3%, which is a landslide difference, because that's 10 people out of 100, which means if you've only got 30, you're still likely to convert. Whereas if you're doing 3 out of 100 at 3%, you really are going to feel like you're pushing water uphill and forcing a horse to water and all the things. Okay, let's check in with you guys. I think because their need is not ongoing, the only way to find them is via KWS. Oh, is this about what you asked earlier, didn't you? You said, how do I connect? Yeah, how do I connect with heartbroken people back on the social media treadmill? I think the best idea is YouTube videos to build trust. Ideas, any form of content is going to be really good for building trust. Videos are really, really good, but you also have this issue with, YouTube videos is pre-recorded content. It takes time to build that audience. And so what happens is you've just got to set yourself in for a bit of a long-term slog of consistency. I am not using this live here to plug anything product-wise. This is just me creating content, but I actually have a live show system that would be perfect for this. And it's what I'm doing right now. It builds a lot of momentum fast. I've only been doing this for since I think December, and we've got 400 subscribers on YouTube now. It's picking up pace, and I've got clients from this and making sales from this. And it's a really nice fast momentum way of doing things, which is to have a show system where actually you run your own show and you start building relationships with your audience. And off the back of that, you then have this system, and I systemize the whole thing for you. So you just need to show up, basically. But if you want to have a chat about that, having your own show could be a really good way of doing it, because what you're doing is you are building trust with people on a regular basis when you're showing up. But the main thing is you're creating touch points by repurposing that video content. And so showing up isn't really hard for you, because you've got a system that enables you to show up once and then have loads and loads of touch points created by, repurposing that and getting more out of it than you would if you just recorded a video and put it on YouTube once a week. So YouTube video is a really good way of doing this, but it's no different to a Facebook Live or a LinkedIn video. Where you put the video content really comes down to, where are my audience right now? Where have I built an audience a little bit so far? Even if it's just Facebook, your Facebook profile, because you've had a life and you've been on Facebook for a lot of that life, and you've got some people there. You could start there. It's a bit scary. It's a bit ballsy. It's so much easier to think, nope, fresh slate, fresh people, fresh start, fresh platform, new eyes, start again. No one will then know what I'm doing. I won't have to face, anyone. Do you know what? I'm live right now on my first Facebook personal profile. I've got connections on here from when I was a kid. And I think about it sometimes. I'm like, oh God, that's a bit embarrassing. And I'm like, oh, do you know what? I just don't care. Who cares? Like, if they're gonna, like, what are they going to do? Well, what we're going to get teased? I can take it. But they're going to, probably what's going to happen more than anything is they're going to be supportive and be like, oh, I've seen what you're doing. You've got guts, man. Or like, good for you. I see you're trying to make something of yourself. I see you're trying to do something with your life. Like, what are they going to do? What are they going to say? What are they going to do? And so
is I love Mel Robbins' book that she published recently. I think she published it with her daughter. It's called Let Them. And you can just kind of get what the concept is just by reading the cover. Just let them. Well, they're gonna tease you. Let them. But yeah. So anyway, in terms of finding your ideal clients, though, and knowing where they are and connecting with them, you can't. They don't necessarily self-identify what their problems are on social media. So you can't really you can't really find them yourself. What you can do is be a beacon and show up and just keep shining that light and just keep speaking your message and just keep saying the same thing over and over again. And you will be found by the right people. Because people that resonate with what you're saying will listen more, and the algorithm will hopefully show that to similar people. But also you'll just build a small and mighty audience, warm and mighty audience. Yes, it's small, but it's mighty and it's warm. And it's the best place to get started with that. Guys, let me know if we have any other questions. So what I've done is I've put together a 0 to ads roadmap that has detailed steps on everything that I would do, and I do when I'm starting a new project from scratch. The things I'm doing right now, I'm starting a new project from scratch right now. It's called the Marketing Strategy Show. It's part of a brand new company called Connection Marketing. It is not rebellious business. It's a new thing. And I'm following these steps, and I teach clients to follow these steps. And so I laid it all down in a roadmap for you so that you can see where you're at in this roadmap by seeing what you've already achieved and see kind of like what's coming next. And I have already created it. And so it's going to very quickly be up inside the strategy lab. And so the strategy lab is my community for people that just want access to my playbooks that I'm creating every single week that are teaching you strategies for growing a warm and mighty audience. All of it is about getting more visibility, using AI tools, but doing that in a way that is human, using social media, little strategies for visibility here and little strategies for using CRMs and email marketing. There's loads of little bits and pieces that you'll pick up. But if you jump into this community, you will see that under the classroom, there are already I think we've got, this might be episode 13 of this show. We've got 13 playbooks for you to grab. Things like how to make on-brand photos, on-brand images with Gemini, how to do this, how to do that. There's loads of different things. How to create a brand voice with AI so that every AI post you create actually sounds like you, etc. And you can jump in and grab all of those today for free because you've got a 7-day free trial there. Or you can download them one by one from my store, which makes them about $9 each. If you don't want to be part of the community, I can drop the store in the chat for you as well, and you can grab it from there. It is God knows why I chose that as a subdomain, cordeliakate.com, app.cordeliakate.com, and there you can grab all the downloadables one by one. But if you want all of them for free, then just jump into the community, which is called the Strategy Lab, and they're all in there as part of that membership, which, by the way, after the free trial is only $4 a month, which is like definitely less than a Starbucks, definitely less than one coffee. So yeah, and also it just makes me feel like I can justify creating these playbooks because I want to be able to give you step-by-step guides that make implementation happen. How many times have we watched a webinar or a training or a video and gone, oh my God, that's a great idea, and then parked it in the ideas bucket, which is usually a notebook with a load of scrappy notes in, that when we look over them again, we're like, oh yeah, that was great, but I can't remember how to do it. And you think, oh yeah, I think she said it on a video. I think it might be on a YouTube channel. And then you go back to the YouTube channel and you try and find the video. And then like you find the video and now you got to watch the thing for half an hour and you think, oh God, I haven't got time for this. Whereas if you have a step-by-step downloadable guide that you can just pick up and go through, and it's got all the steps and the copy paste prompts and everything you need to just implement the strategy, then that should hopefully help you implement it. So that is there. Let me see. No, Andy's asking if this is part of the Rebellious Business Network. No, it's completely
completely separate to that. It is not part of that network. It's different. But yeah, so there we have it. You'll get that tonight, and not tonight, it'll be sooner than that. But that will be, and if you're watching this on replay or on the YouTube channel, it is already in there. And it is a 0 to ads roadmap where you can get the step-by-step process of how to get yourself positioned and ready for running ads and all the things in between that I recommend you do, so that you can set yourself up for the most possible success for getting great results when you do turn on those ads and building that warm and mighty audience. I think that might be a wrap on my end. Have you guys got any questions? Any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. No, I'm joking. You can actually ask questions in the strategy lab as well. I'm there. I'm here for it. If any questions come up, you can let me know. But if there is nothing, thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. And remember, don't be pouring fuel onto wet logs. We want to pour fuel onto existing burning fire, because fuel doesn't start a fire. Fuel makes fire get bigger. So we need to start the fire first. And starting the fire first means you starting to build a warm and mighty audience, testing whether things convert to that warm and mighty audience, building out your funnel first and testing the concept of it. And then when you have ads, you're running them to that audience that you built first. And then from there, you are going to run them to a wider audience after that. But that initial warm audience is going to be the root of the success of that wider, colder audience later. I hope that has been helpful. Lots of love, guys. Have an amazing